Remarkably, or maybe not, considering how guys can be, about 40% of us do not want to talk about our mental health, which is quite shocking considering that actually talking about what's going on up here can actually alleviate a lot of our emotional problems. In a recent survey, 77% of men said they suffered with anxiety, stress or depression. By far the biggest strains in men's lives were work, which accounted for about 32%, finances about 31%, and health about 23%. The majority of men claimed that the mental health was having a negative impact on their work performance, parenting ability, as well as relationships in particular. 40% of those men polled said that it would take thoughts of self-harm or suicide before they would go to seek professional help. So the reasons why men don't talk about their mental health are: I've learnt to deal with it. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I'm too embarrassed. There's negative stigma around this kind of thing. I don't want to appear weak, do I? I've got no one to talk to. Almost a quarter, approximately 22% of respondents said they would not feel comfortable speaking to a GP or another health professional. The main reason being they felt this would be a waste of a GP's time, which is absolute nonsense. We're here for this reason and this reason alone. Literally no legitimate health concern you come into our surgery with is a waste of time. Each year across the UK, approximately 6,000 people take their own lives. Around 90% of those suicide victims have a mental health condition, and of those, the highest risk include middle-aged men with depression. Some of these men might end up becoming dependent on alcohol, which they possibly use as a coping mechanism, but eventually end up worsening their mental health and sadly has big impacts on their health, their relationships and their employment. Despite the overall numbers dropping in 2012, sadly the number of suicides in men actually increased. Figures from the Office of National Statistics stated that the highest number was actually in the age group between 40 and 44. For this age group, men were 4 times more likely to commit suicide than women. And sadly, in total, this makes up about 77% of the suicides in the UK. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this figure is way too high. Whatever is going on up here, it's worth bringing out into the open. Bottling things up may be one way of coping with your mental health, but isn't the only way and certainly not the most desirable. So please, if you're feeling depressed, reach out to someone, but especially reach out to your doctor. We don't judge, we don't assume, and we listen and want to help. There are so many people out there willing to listen and wanting to help, and you'll find some links below on where you can get this. Remember, real men don't suffer in silence.